Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Chris here, and we are on the bottom shelf. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, shelf number 5, and this is kind of the overflow section. So stuff that won't fit in on my other shelves, or doubles that I have already. So like for example, I have this bottle here in my bar of the Nika from the barrel, and I have 2 bottles here of Nika from the barrel, so those won't go into the regular shelves and stuff. They would just go into the overflow. And then stuff that I don't have room for as well, like I'm all out of room in my bourbon shelf. So this Jack Daniel's Tennessee Straight Rye Whiskey kind of just goes into the overflow. So this one here doesn't have a cork, so we don't have to lay it down. Oh, that's what we're doing here anyway. In case you haven't seen this yet, you haven't seen the first 4 videos. Every year what I do is I take a bottle, has a cork in it, like this Yvonne Cognier, the Weiser's NHL alumni. This is a double that I have, so it's kind of it's in my overflow. But every year I moisturize the cork here so that it doesn't get dried out on me, and so you don't have cork breakage, or the cork doesn't just dry out and then you get it oxidized. Your whiskey oxidized. So that would not be a good thing to happen to your whiskey. So,
Mr. Lee, is this you talking or the liquor?
Randy, I am the liquor.
Every year I do maintenance on my cellar, and I take all of the bottles I have, all like the rums and the ryes, tequilas, bourbon, scotch, world whiskeys, vodkas, everything that I have that has a cork. This is another overflow. I've got a double of this one here. This is a lot 40 by Corby's. Dr. Don Livermore, the same guy who does all the Wisers, he does this one here. So you've seen this one in the Canadian, but anyway, so what I do is every year I moisturize the corks. So I tip them to the sides just for a few minutes, not very long. You don't need it to be very long, and you don't want it to be very long. It's not like wine that's 13-14%. I mean, this stuff's 40%, 50, 60, 8, 70% ABV, and if you just left them on its sides like that, in no time at all that heavy hard alcohol would just burn right through your cork, and there would be nothing left of it. So it only needs a few minutes, and that's all it needs. So don't do it for any longer than that, or you'll wreck your bottles. This is the Crown Royal Black. It's very bourbon-esque type of a whiskey. It's pretty nice. This is my first bottle that I have of it. I've got plans for this one and the Crown Royal Northern Harvest one, and I'll show you that in a video coming up, what I'm going to be doing to those ones. Yeah, my buddy Dan, the guy that I've gone a couple booze cruises with, he really likes this Crown Royal Black, so I tried a bit of one at his place, and yeah, it was really, really nice. This is Lefroy Glore. I just picked this up. In the previous video, I talked about getting rid of the Knob Creek regular 9-year-old and the Knob Creek Maple cask. I just know I wouldn't drink them, and I've got others that probably taste very similar to that, so didn't really want them anymore. And so I went to the LC, literally just got back no more than 20 minutes ago, and traded both of those in for a bottle of Lefroy Glore. So something that I would definitely enjoy. And we're gonna do a bit of a shootout and a taste testing here between the Lore and the Triple Wood and the replacement for the triple wood, which is a 10-year-old sherry cask. And we're going to just kind of taste them both, all three of them together, I think. For sure, the triple wood and the 10-year-old sherry cask, definitely, because that's supposed to be the replacement. And I just want to see if it is a really good replacement, because obviously I've had the triple wood many times, and I've had the 10-year-old sherry cask a couple of times. So kind of looking forward to doing a tasting side by side to see which is better, and if it was a worthy replacement to one of my absolute favorite scotches on the planet. But the lore is supposed to have like a ton of like different Lafroigs in it, you know, like and a bunch of 20, 21, 25-year-old scotches in it too. So kind of interested in seeing that. And I've had this before. This is my first bottle of it, but I've had it at the Taste of Isla with the ambassador James Neal, who put on an incredible show and tasting. It was just before a spirit release last year, and that was like, he did such a great job, and the stuff we got to taste was, oh my god, it was absolutely incredible. Like 4 different Lafroigs and 2 different Beaumoirs, including the 25-year-old Beaumont and the 22-year-old Aston Martin. Like, and he's a great guy too, like a really nice guy. But boy, did he ever put on a great show. Highly recommend taking in any of James's master classes if you get a chance to do that. This is the Alberta Premium cask strength. I think this is cask strength number 3, batch number 3, I think. Remember I said that I had another one that was sitting in the storage spot, the overflow? Well, this one's it. So pretty sure this is number 3. But this doesn't have a cork on it, so we don't need to tip it on its side. It's a screw cap. This is Crown Royal Salted Caramel. I do have a bottle open somewhere. Basically, I bought it for my friends and son and their friends to kind of enjoy. I've had it before, and boy, is it ever sweet. Way too sweet for me. But anyway, I got two bottles of it, and one is almost gone, and then we got the full bottle of it here. I had like 3 or 4 bottles of them actually, and I returned 2 and then traded it in for something that I would actually drink. So here's another bottle of that Crown Royal XO. This is good stuff. This is worth the money for sure. We've seen this one before with the Canadians. This is a very, 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 very good whiskey. And this Crown Royal, I was blown away how good it was. And yeah, it's just nice stuff. Doesn't have a cork on it, so we don't need to put it up on its side. But it's a really, really nice bottle, really nice presentation. But it tastes so good. It's got some really nice rye spice to it. So like cinnamon heart spice, tobacco box, oak, vanilla, really kind of like bourbon-esque kind of flavors to it, but not like really bourbon, but it's a nice spicy rye. Like it's just a really, really, really nice, super flavorful whiskey. If you haven't tried it, definitely give it a shot. This is awesome. I am a huge Formula One fan. Like I love Formula One, and the fact that Jack Daniels got involved with McLaren, the Formula One team, was just awesome. We can't get this here at all, but I have a very good friend that I've never met, just online, and he's part of the Ontario Whiskey Lovers Society, the Owls, and we all help each other out. Like it's a really cool group of people on this Facebook page, and we're all there to help each other out. And this guy, I just put out, like, oh man, I would really love to get a bottle of this, and he goes, oh, it's just a couple miles from my house. Did you want one? I can go and get it for you. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I don't even know you, and you're doing this for me. But I've done stuff like that for the other guys on the Owls. And I said, I would love that. And he goes, how about 2 bottles? And I'm like, oh man, I would love 2 bottles. I don't want to push my luck. And he goes, no, I'll get you 2 bottles of it. And he did, true to his word. Sent him the money. And he goes, don't even worry about it. Like we'll worry about that after. And I'm like, no, I want to pay you. And he says, well, we'll worry about that after. I want to get these in the mail to you and shipped out. I know you're good for your word. You're a good guy. We know you on the site, and you haven't screwed anyone over, and we're good. Like, once I get it sent out, I'll give you a final price of like the actual shipping costs and the actual cost of the booze. And that was it. And I said, well, what do you want for your trouble? And he's like, nothing. And I said, yeah, but you took your time and you went to the liquor store a couple miles away and back, and then to the post office. Like, gas isn't cheap. He goes, don't worry about it. Like, you'll do favors for me too. It's fine. And I'm like, man, you're an awesome guy. Like, just an awesome human being. And Hauser, if you're watching this, thank you, man. Thank you. You're just I owe you big time, buddy. This one here is a Knob Creek. This came out just for our spirit release. Our last one, we had this little mini spirit release here, and this one here was made specifically for the Manitoba MLCC. Haven't opened it yet, but I do like Knob Creek, even though I returned the other 2. I've had them before. I haven't had the maple one before, but I've had the regular one, and it was okay. It wasn't anything like extraordinary. Like, it was just a regular good bourbon. Like, it's just a good bourbon. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great, but I would rather have a Lefroy Gloire out of it. And I've got other bourbons that taste similar to it. Plus, I've got this big 120 proof, 60% ABV cask strength or barrel strength bourbon here. So I'm going to really enjoy that one even more. So I'm good with the Knob Creek. This is Millstone. If you haven't tried this Millstone, this is a PX sherry cask, and it's peated. And oh my God, is this ever good. This comes right out of, it's a Dutch single malt, so it comes right out of the Netherlands. And this is so good. And the guy who's in charge or owns Millstone is doing everything right. Like, absolutely everything right with making this incredible whiskey. It's so smoky and so flavorful and so, like, just incredible. An incredible whiskey. We all got together with our whiskey club, and we placed a big order for this this Millstone whiskey. So I was like, that's one of the cool things about belonging to a whiskey club, especially a very active whiskey club like we have. And we're always out there to help each other out, and we're always out there to find cool things like this Millstone, or other things that we're bringing in, like the Cavalins and stuff like that. Like, we've got a really good club, and we're always doing stuff like that. So consider thinking about joining our club. It's just the Winnipeg Whiskey Club and Friends. I think that James, our president, is going to be changing the name up a little bit, just because it'll be easier. Our past president has moved away, and I think it's just going to be logistically easier with all the passwords and everything like that, just to kind of change up the name a little bit. But it'll be the same everything else. So, but anyway, we're on Facebook, Winnipeg Whiskey Club and Friends. Check them out and give us a join. I mean, even if you can't make it to any of our events and stuff like that, if you're out of town, and we have a lot of people out of town, you can join in on Skype with us or Zoom, and then when we're doing our sampling, you can order samples. Just like, yeah, I want to be a part of it, you know, and I would like to have samples. Or you can just come in and just sit and watch what we're doing. Or you can order the samples and they'll send them out to you, and get those to you. So it's just a really cool club. Just a really, really cool club. This here is another bottle that I got. This is the Crown Canada Club Invitation. This is the 15-year-old. And this is absolutely amazing. This is a very limited run of this particular Canadian whiskey, and it is so good. Like so good. Lots of flavors of like dried fruits and figs and raisins and like it's just nuts, and it is really good. And once it's gone, it is gone. So I thought I definitely needed 2 bottles of that. One to sit for the future, and the other to enjoy and drink now. So, and share with you guys. So super happy I got that, because like I said, once it's gone, it's gone. All right, so the next bottles we've got here, we've got 2 of these. This is the Peat Monster here from the Compass Box Peat Monster. What had happened was the MLCC was getting rid of them. So they were regularly like $87 or $89 or something like that. And they said, okay, we're going to get rid of these things. And they put them on for $64. So I'm like, wow, that's a really good deal. You're not going to find Peat Monster for $64. So I ran down and I grabbed an extra bottle. So this is, I don't know, one of those 2 is the extra bottle. So I've got one that's already opened. And we saw that with the shelf 2 of the Isla stuff and the blended and the indie bottles. So anyway, I ran down, grabbed a bottle for $64. Super happy about having that, because it's a really, really, really good blended scotch and lots of peat to it. Like, it's really nice. It's for sure, it's got Kalila in it. Maybe a bit of Ardbeg, maybe a little bit of Lefroy if they sold it to them. I'll have to go online. If you go online, if you just go to compassbox.com or something like that, the owner is really, really, really forthright to show you exactly what's in it, and not only exactly what's in it, but the percentages of what's in it. So check that out. But anyway, so I ran down, got this bottle, super happy, everything's great. And then Will, who's on our whiskey club, about 2 weeks later said, whoa, the MLCC is really blowing out some of these scotches. And I'm like, yeah, $64 is good. And I'm like, wait, no, Will wouldn't be posting something like that if it wasn't even better. So I went and checked. It was like $34 or $32 is what it was. It was like $37 after tax. And they were like $32 for a Peat Monster? Are you effing kidding me? So I found an LC that's close to me that had like 8 bottles left. And I jumped in my car and away I went. I drove as fast as I could, got there. They had all 8 bottles, put them all in my cart for $32 each. And I was getting them for the club, members of the club, because I knew people would want them. And we're having, next 2 days, we're having our Irish night. So I grabbed them. I didn't care. And I didn't care if anybody bought them or anything, off of me, for whatever I paid for them. I was fine with it. I didn't care. Like, I would just be happy to have all 8 bottles at my house just to have. And then if somebody wanted one, I would just sell it to them. Like at the club, I would just sell it to them for what I paid for it. So I got there, had them all in there. And then one of the ladies that was working there goes, oh, wow, this must be really good. You're taking them all. And I'm like, this is really good. And she goes, is it? And I said, yeah. And she goes, I'm just started to getting into peated whiskey, but I haven't really kind of got into it. And I said, no, this is really good. So I kind of told her all about it. And I said, why don't you take one of these? Take it home. It's $32. If you don't like it, somebody else will like it. But I would take one. And she goes, are you sure? And I said, yeah. And she goes, but it's in your cart. And I said, don't worry about it. If you want one, you should take one. And she goes, oh, I would love one. So I gave one to her. So I had 7 left. And went, bought them all, came home, super happy. texted on, like put on our WhatsApp page, hey guys, I got 7 bottles of the Compass box at home here, for the club if anybody wants one. And everybody's like, yes, 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 and they sold it immediately, like immediately. And so yeah, so there's that one that was for $64, and the other one is for my buddy Dan, because I brought his, and I thought, well, I'll keep one for myself. So I thought, well, okay, I'll have 2 bottles, I'll keep one for myself, because they're only $32. So I brought 6 bottles to the club, sold out all 6 immediately. Everybody wanted them. They were already sold before I got them, before I got there. And then Dan's like, oh, geez, I guess I'm too late. And I said, no, I've got an extra one if you want one. And he's like, oh yeah, that would be awesome. I said, it's at home right now though. Like I didn't bring it with me. I was going to keep it for myself. And he goes, well, if you're keeping it for yourself. And I said, don't worry about it. I got another one. And he goes, yeah, the one we opened. And no, but I got another one on top of that. And he goes, oh, okay. So, yeah, so one of those is my buddy's Dan's. Sorry for the long story, but $32 for Peat Monster. That was nuts. And the fact that they were selling them for $89 and we're blowing them out at $32, how much of a profit are these guys making? And how much are they screwing us all over with their like massive, massive, massive increase? I understand, like as a business owner, that yeah, you're in business to make money, but I'm not in business to screw over all my couples. Like, you know, like my cost is not like 5 to 8 to 10, 20 times the amount that I'm paying for the thing, and I still made a profit at $32. Like how much of this are they screwing us over? That's why I have no problem bringing stuff in from Alberta, because like, man, you see that they could sell this off for $32 and still make a big profit, and they're selling it at $89. Like that's yeah. Anyway, it's eye-opening. Next one we got here is this Paul John, and this is the edited. This is the a peated version of it, and this comes right out of India, and this is really good. This is my first Paul John that I've ever had. This is one of the ones that went on sale, like with that Peat Monster, for like $64. I think this was, I forget how much this was. It was dirt cheap though. It was so inexpensive. Well, inexpensive compared to what they were originally selling them at. So we anyway, my buddy Dan and I, we got into it one night and we're sampling it, and boy, this is really nice stuff. Like this is really good stuff. And now it's been, I don't know, month and a half maybe of it sitting like this, so I'm sure it's opened up really quite nicely. So really looking forward to revisiting it, but it's all gone. Like we can't get it in Manitoba anymore. So if you can find a bottle of this Paul John edited, get it if you like peated whiskey, because it's really nice, and it's a really nice peat to it, you know. Here's another Indian whiskey. This is the Amroot Fusion. I have not tried this one yet, but I heard so many good things about it. And I picked it up when it was on sale, and it was from some of those bottles that I'd brought in, like just kind of returned ones that I knew I wouldn't drink, and I replaced it with something that I knew I would drink and enjoy. So yeah, everything I've heard about this Amroot Fusion is absolutely incredible. So and if it's anything like this Paul John edited, I am really looking forward to trying it and sharing it with you guys. The next 3 bottles we have here, I'm sure you all know what this is. This is just the Blantons. So this comes out at Spirit Release every year. So it's the only time we can get it, but it's not hard to get. At this year's Spirit Release, just in our own liquor store, they brought in 72 bottles. They sold out like that day, but they still had 72 bottles, so anybody who wanted one could have gotten one. Still working on this open one here, but I've got a few more here. So ELANTONS So I think I've got like, I probably have a few more left in the storage area. Because I know I have a few extras, so I think I've got like probably another 1 or 2 sitting aside in there. But anyway, that is the start or part of what I've got sitting in my extras spot there in my my little cellar there. So I'm just gonna leave these guys here for another minute or 2, and then I will go and grab some more stuff and put them on its side to moisturize up the corks and show you what I got. So stay tuned for that. I'll be right back.
Guess I'll pass the time by lighting up an El Jerko.
Hey everybody, I am back from the cellar, and geez, I still got quite a bit left in there. Yeah, there's still some more bottles, but anyway, back to this here. This is a Sexton. We just recently finished a bottle of this off. This is really nice Irish whiskey. Lots of flavors of like biscuit, creme brulee, nuttiness, creaminess. Like, it's a really nice Irish whiskey. This is a bottle of Resolve, 40 Creek Resolve. This came out in 2020 for our Whiskey Fest, and my buddy Dan, he was the one who got it, and then you can buy individual bottles here, but it was so good, like really good, that we went on a bit of a booze cruise, and I forget where the hell we went. I think we all went up to Lactabani, about an hour and a half from Winnipeg, to pick up the last 3 bottles of the province. So I grabbed 2 and he had 1. So yeah, it was it's good stuff, but I've had it just at our spirit release here with Dan when he had his bottle open when we were sampling, and then yeah, and then I've had those ones ever since and haven't opened them because they've been so good. But I do need to get into them. I just need a good excuse and reason to open it up. So like, I have a hard time, like I said, just opening up bottles on my own, just sitting around. I need good company. But now that I've got this channel going, you guys are the good company. So I would love to share this with you guys, and I think you would really like that Resolve. Yeah, it sold out so fast. It was so good. This is a Basil Hayden Toast, another bottle of that. And the guy that was doing the online stuff, the ambassador to 40 Creek, he said if there's any bottle that you want to pick up, it's from this bottle and this particular batch. He said this batch was really good. It was yeah, batch 14. He said you want to get that one, and so we were able to score the batch 14. So it was really cool. Here's a couple more bottles of the E.H. Taylor small batch. I said we get this pretty much every year for our spirit release, or maybe not every year, every year and a half they come in or something like that. So I got one this year, and I got one over the last couple of years. Last year for spirit release I didn't get one. I already had a few, but I thought this year I might as well get one. Why not, eh? And yeah, I let one of the Eagle Rares go one time. I had it in the basket and it was in my cart, and the guy's like, oh no, this is the only one I've ever won. I've never had a chance to try it or anything like that, and kind of had a bit of a sob story, but I gave mine to him because I already had one at home already. So yeah, so he was super happy with that. And in the next 2 years I was able to grab 2 more bottles, so worked out fine. This one here, this is a vodka. This is Dan Aykroyd's vodka, Crystal Head vodka. It's actually really quite good, and it comes in this cool skull. I'll show you. I've got another bottle here that's like not in the Christmas gift thing here. This one here comes with little shot glasses of skulls, and but the vodka is the same though in this skull, and it's really cool how he's done it. But the vodka itself is really quite good. This is a bottle here of the J.P. Weiser's triple barrel rye. They have discontinued this, so I went out and got a couple bottles, the last few bottles left, and I've got one you can kind of sort of see here in the bar that's almost done. This one here. It's actually quite good whiskey. But they're totally discontinued, so I thought, well, why not make the run and grab I think I grabbed 3 bottles, 2 for me and one for Dan. So this is the Compass Box, the Orchard House. Once again, they had these at the MLCC, but they've been long gone now. So this is another bottle here of the Lafroig Cask Strength batch 16. So I always like to get two bottles of Lafroig whenever I can, especially the limited run stuff, so you can enjoy one and share it with your friends, and then you've got another one for the future, especially if it's been a really good bottle. But I haven't come across a bottle of Lafroig I haven't liked, so it's always nice to have an extra one for future use. This is the Trailer Park Boys Liquorman, the old Canadian Old Dirty Whiskey. You've seen the one that I have that's all signed by the guys from Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles, and then Randy on the side. This one here is not. I think I've got another one sitting in my overflow somewhere. I know I have 3. This one here is the Dewar's Illegal Smooth, the Mezcal. This is really nice. This was a very limited run here in Winnipeg. I'm not sure if it was a limited run everywhere, but in Winnipeg it sure was. Sold out fairly quickly, so I grabbed an extra bottle just to have on hand. And then this is Nika. This is Japanese whiskey. This is very good. We went to Thomas Hines, and my good buddy Rob Schellenberg here in Winnipeg, he runs that place. It's an amazing cigar bar. If you haven't checked it out, if you're in the city, you got to go and check it out. It's really, really, really good. But anyway, we were there, and they did this master class of Nika. So we were all there, and we just had the best time. And this is one of the bottles we got to sample there, the Miyagako. Really, really, really nice bottle. These are all screw cap. Japanese pretty much always have screw cap. And this is the Oyoshi, another really, really, really nice whiskey. And we were able to sample this one here as well at the Nika Masterclass at Thomas Hines. So yeah, that's what I brought out for here, and I will go back in and grab some more bottles and show you what we have. All right, stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Aw, here's a little song I wrote to cheer you up. It's called Let's Go Already!
All right, I'm back here. So this is all the rest of the bottles that were sitting in the overflow. And so now that I've got them all out, I'll show you these ones here to you. And then all the rest of the bottles that are out, I'm going to organize them a little better, put them in stuff that, I've got, lots of, I'll put towards the back. Ones that I don't have anything of, or stuff that I've already opened, like that John Paul edited, that'll sit towards the front, so I can easily get at that to get them out of there. So anyway, yeah, we got another bottle here of Blanton's. I figured I did. Yeah, that's the last one I've got. So yeah, so I've got one opened, and then 2, and I think I had 3. 3. yeah, 3 other bottles that I showed you in this one. So I got four extra bottles. You know, and I wasn't. People are saying, "Oh, are you gonna go for the whole world word Blantons?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna have that many bottles." Well, geez, I'm 3 bottles away from completing Blantons. So, god damn it, now I got to go and do it.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
But it's good stuff anyway. So when I have guests over, they all seem to want to go towards that. So here's another bottle of the Liquorman's edition. This one again is unsigned. So I've got 2 bottles of that. My little brother Toddy picked me up in Toronto because we can't get it here. And when I talked to the guys at Comic-Con last year, like Rob Wells, a guy who plays Ricky, he was like, "Whoa, nice finding that bottle." He says, "These are really hard to find now, like really hard to find." I'm like, "Well, we can't even get them out here." And he goes, "No, we can't find them anymore now. They've all sold out." So that's all right. I've got 2 extra bottles there, so it's not bad. This is the Old Forester. This came out for spirit release 2 spirit releases ago. You can see it's at 66.35 ABV. So it's a single barrel and at barrel strength. So really looking forward to trying this one. And it was made specifically for the MLCC. I guess they went down there and picked their own barrel out and said, "All right, this is what we want." This is a bottle of Weller's here, our special reserve. We can get this anytime here in Winnipeg, so it's always nice to have on reserve. So I've got one sitting in the bar. I don't know, looks about half empty, and then I've got 2 extras here just for fun. So we don't need to tip those ones because those are just screw caps. And then I've got 2 more bottles here of the triple rye. I thought I only had 2 in total, but I guess I've got 3 in total. So I mean, these always make great gifts, prizes and stuff like that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all this stuff, but I know some that I have, it'll definitely be for backups because I really, really, really like it. And then other things like the Weiser's triple barrel is really nice, but it's not something I would have went out and bought if it wasn't the fact that it's completely discontinued now. So yeah, this smokehead here, I've got one in the bar. It's about half full, but this is really, really nice stuff. It's a single malt scotch. Packaging is really kind of cool on it, but what's inside is amazing. It is so good. Really, really, really nice smoky, peaty scotch. So this was on sale. They actually had a really good sale on this. So because I really enjoyed the one that I've got that's open right now, I wanted to have a second one on backup, especially for the price that they were selling them off at. And this is another bottle of the Jack Daniel's McLaren F1 team, one that my buddy got. So this is the second bottle that he sent me. I'm just so thankful, really thankful that such a nice guy would go ahead and do something like that for me. I really appreciate it. And I believe this is just the regular old number 7, just in a redesigned package. But I mean, what a package, eh? It's amazing. This is another bottle of the Alberfeldy 12 that I have, that you guys saw on the first shelf of like Speyside, Lowland, and Highland shelf. This is just another bottle. So they had a massive sale on it, and I thought, well, might as well get a second one just in case, because it's nice stuff. And then these are bottles, extra bottles of the Wheatfield Gold. Like I said, they only made about 5,000 bottles. And so I've got 3 spares now, plus the signed one. But I don't think I'll be drinking anything out of the signed bottle. So, but yeah, once they're gone, they're gone. I'll probably still go out and get at least 2 more bottles for sure, because it's that good. I really, really, really like that Weiser's Wheatfield Gold. And yeah, so I'll probably go out and get another 2 more bottles. I know a bunch of us in the Whiskey Club, we're kind of hoarding it as well because it's so good and it's really limited. So, and they're starting to run low on the stock. So if you're thinking about it, if you live in Manitoba, definitely get yourself one. And this is the other bottle of Seven Rebels that I showed you earlier in the Canadian section. One that my mom and dad were out visiting my little brother Kurt out in BC, and then my little brother Kurt got me one. So super, super, super happy and really, yeah, just really happy to have two bottles there. And like the Wheatfield Gold, the Seven Rebels is only available in BC. So on a limited release, just like the Wheatfield Gold. So yeah, there's another bottle of the Kilchoman Mackay Bay. I have a bottle here that's opened right up in the bar here, and I tried it, like I said, at our LC, and it was so good, like really, really, really good. But I got it for half the price in Alberta, so I ended up getting two bottles of it, because it's really good, like really good. And the bottle that the PC at the LC there let me try, it was already open, so it had opened up a bit. So when I tried this, this was brand new in the bottle, it was just really, really good right off the bat. But I can only imagine now how incredible this is. And if you do have your Mackay Bay, keep those. Like these are little pewter metal coins. They just pop right off. And a lot of people who drink Kilchoman keep those little coins. I didn't know that's what those things were until I was on one of our Facebook whiskey things, and a buddy had mentioned that, and I'm like, what? So I ran down and I was like, I had no idea. And this is just another bottle of the Jack Daniel's single barrel select that was handpicked by our liquor store guys. It's got a little Manitoba tag on it, so I grabbed 2 bottles of it, because if it's anything like, because I haven't tried this yet, but if it's anything like this bottle here, this single barrel strength, this is at 64.5%, mind you, and this one here is at 47%. So 47, 64.5, big difference. But if it's anything like that bottle, I'm really going to enjoy it, because this is a really, 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 really nice bottle. Like, you would never, I wouldn't have guessed this was Jack Daniel's. And I did a video of it. You can check it out on my video section. It's called Drinking with the Duke. And it was my cousin Dave over from Ontario and my little brother Kurt. So the 3 of us are sitting outside drinking this. And Dave is a massive Jack Daniel's connoisseur. Like, he knows everything there is to know about Jack Daniel's. You ask him anything and he will know it. And he would never have guessed that single barrel strength was Jack Daniel's. He says it's something I've never had before. He says it's absolutely incredible. This is a Lefroy 10-year-old sherry cask finish, sherry oak finish. This is the bottle here that's replacing this bottle, the triple wood. So I'm gonna have to do a side-by-side comparison of these 2 bottles, because triple wood is, well, you can see it's not much left, but is one of my absolute favorite favorite whiskeys, like scotches of all time. I love the Lefroy Triplewood. But I mean, look, this is really dark. Like, I've had this before, and it's a dark scotch. But and it's really nice. But I've never had them side by side as a tasting with the Triplewood. So I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to do a side-by-side comparison to see if the 10-year-old sherry oak finish is a worthy replacement for something this amazing. I mean, it is a 10-year-old, so it's an age statement, whereas a Triplewood is a non-age statement. But I don't know, the Triplewood was really good. This is a Lagavulin 8-year-old. This is an extra bottle that I had. MLCC had an incredible deal on these a couple years ago. So I would have been crazy not to grab a second bottle of the 8-year-old Lagavulin. Because this 8-year-old Lagavulin is really nice. And then these two boxes here, this is a 16-year-old Lagavulin. It's one of my favorite scotches for sure. I have this one here, and yeah, so there's a little bit left in the bottle here of the 16-year-old. But this bottle here made me like, it's really funny. It was I had a couple over, and we're all sitting around just kind of hanging out and talking, and they hadn't signed with me yet, and they were looking for photographers, and they said, yeah, we're looking for photographers and everything like that right now. We're just kind of interviewing ones and see if we're getting along with them. And I'm like, that's great. That's super smart. That's the way you should do it. Because there's like 11 or 1,200 photographers just in Winnipeg alone, which is absolutely crazy. So you want to make sure that you're going to get along with the person, because you're going to spend most of your time with that photographer, and they're going to make or break your wedding for you. Not only in really good pictures, but in their attitude. And some of them have terrible attitudes. They've got no work ethic. They're just lazy, and they couldn't take a picture if their life depended on it. And the ones that can, some of them are just terrible people too. So it's good that you're doing your homework. So we're all sitting around, and I said, oh, well, you guys like scotch? And they're like, yeah, we're actually kind of admiring your bar there when we came down. And I'm like, well, what would you like? So I rattled off some of the stuff that I had, and one of them was a 16-year-old Lagavulin. And they're like, we've never had a 16-year-old Lagavulin before. It's kind of out of our price range. And I said, would you like to try some? I said, yes, we would. So we all sat around and had, we actually had a couple drinks after that, but it all started with the 16-year-old Lagavulin. And they're like, this is the greatest whiskey we've ever had in our life. Like, this is incredible. And they were going off on the tasting notes and everything like that. And I said, yeah, it's really good. And it's opened up really nicely. And they're like, the hell with the other photographers. We're going to sign with you right now. And then because of the 16-year-old Lagavulin. So, yeah, so there you go. So it's nice to have. But then the prices went crazy on these things, like just nuts here in Winnipeg. I think they're after taxes. They're up to over $200. And even in Calgary, they're even more expensive than that, where you think it would be cheaper. I think it's $170 here for a bottle, and it's $190 a bottle in Calgary, which is insane. But I was on with Craft Cellars, and Craft Cellars came up, and it had an email. All it said was return of the lag. So I clicked on it, and they had Lagavulin, 16-year-old Lagavulin back in for $90. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I went in and I bought 4 more bottles. So I filled up a box, and And then I thought maybe I'll get some, I'll put another order. Well, they went back up to $189. So I got 4 bottles for $90 each. I couldn't believe it. I was overjoyed. So this was one of them up here that's sitting in the bar. And then I've got the 2 here. And the third one, or the fourth one that I had, it was just my dad's birthday on the 1st of March. And so I gave him one of those bottles of 16-year-old Lagavulin. So he was pretty happy about that. Yeah, because I got him a bottle of the Lefroy 10-year-old, and he just loved that. The 12-year-old Highland Park, you know, the Viking Honor and stuff like that, and being a Dane, and he really liked that. So those bottles are gone, and then I replenished it up with the 16-year-old Lagavulin. So can't wait to see what he thinks about that one. But anyway, the last bottle we have here is the Ardbeg Uigeadail, another one of my absolute favorites. And I got this at BSW, and at the time they were $94 or $95. Now they're $104, but it's still super cheap considering that at the MLCC here in Winnipeg they want $200 for this bottle, so it's half the price. So I've got another one here. I've got one sitting in the bar there, and I'm not sure how much is left in it, but I am thinking that I may need an extra bottle of this, because I think that one is almost done, and then I only have one left, and I absolutely love the Uigeadail. So it might be worth the while picking up an extra one just to have. Yeah, it's almost done. Like well, so I think the next Scotch purchase out west there will include a bottle of Uigeadail for sure. But anyway, that is what we have in cellar number 1, and I've got cellar number 2, which has got less in it. Less whiskey, but I've got all of my like vodka, gin, tequila, brandy, cognac. That's all in the other cellar, and then some other scotches that I have kind of tucked away and hidden away in there as well. So that'll be the next one that we'll be looking at, but that's for another video. So really appreciate you guys watching this and hanging out with me. Yeah, it's a yearly maintenance thing that I've got to do. Oh, I gotta tip this top. Yeah, it's a yearly maintenance thing that I do every year, just to keep the corks, you know, moisturized, and they don't dry up on me, or I don't have any cracks or anything like that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And it doesn't take very much to put them down, like, you know, 5-6 minutes at the most, maybe 10 minutes at the most. And then the corks are nice and moisturized for another year, and then they go back in the cellar and sit. And then next year I'll bring them all back out and do the same thing again. So yeah, but please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that a lot. Let me know what you think of this, and if there's any whiskeys or scotches or bourbons in there that kind of caught your eye and you might be interested in trying or something like that, or want a little bit more information on it, let me know. And everything that we open up and try together, you guys, I'll be putting like a 2-ounce sample bottle together, and once that box is full, I'll send it off to a lucky subscriber, and you guys get a whole bunch of booze, so to try and enjoy at your leisure. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Have you ever tried simply turning off the TV, sitting down with your children, and hitting them?